What's up, guys? So today's video I want to go over OfferUp. So I want to try to do a little bit of a series with you guys. Hopefully I can save you guys some money, find some deals, and obviously if you can save money you can obviously buy more parts or spend it in other areas of your life. But this is one of the sites that I use. I want to show you guys this one if you haven't heard of it. There's an app you can use on your phone. But as far as searching for deals and stuff like that, you can do it here. For some reason, I guess now they finally let you sell on here, but for a while you could only sell parts through your app on your phone. But anyways, this is the website, OfferUp.com. If you guys haven't heard of it, I'm just going to run through it with you guys. So a lot of times I'll find really good deals on here, and I find this is better than Craigslist just because it's a little more secure. It seems like you can make a deal, or kind of the communication happens a little bit sooner. You can kind of fire back and forth with people, and it seems like people are more responsive since there's an app on their phone versus, not sure when somebody's going to check their email to be able to respond back to you. And there's a lot of spam and fake ads too on Craigslist. But let's get into this. So basically what I'll do is I'll search for some keywords, like for example, since we're on topic of Rams on this channel lately, I might put in Ram exhaust and I'll check this stuff. I mean, obviously if there's specific things that you're looking for, you're gonna, check for that stuff. So obviously there's not too much here, as far as stuff that we're interested in. So you might try a few different key phrases. So Ram exhaust, there's not too much there. Let's type in Ram muffler. Still not too much again, but you're gonna find here it's gonna say within. So this is kind of just a search area that I'm just testing for you guys. Obviously you're gonna put in your city, but you're gonna see it says within 10 miles. This thing doesn't go too far. It's kind of, OfferUp's kind of almost made for people that want to drive to meet up, I think. But see, 5 miles, 10 miles, whatever. You want to set it to the maximum usually, at least I'm willing to. And then you're obviously gonna see a lot more stuff start popping up instead of that 10-mile radius. But as far as trying to locate deals, you can find pretty good deals just doing this, right? And then I'm going to show you the next kind of step that I use. So this isn't too exciting right now, Ram muffler. I did another search over here I want to show you guys. So I searched for Ram parts. So that's another, you can search for Ram muffler, Ram exhaust, Ram wheels, see what pops up. And you're going to have a lot of stuff. A lot of businesses try to solicit their stuff on here too, so you kind of have to take that with a grain of salt. But this is where you can find pretty good deals. This is where I found the last set of wheels for a pretty good price. So here's a good example. So I typed in Ram wheels, right? And these are kind of the deals that are popping up. And obviously this is for 2,500 because you can see the bolt pattern. But it says, 20-inch 8-lug wheels, the OEM ones, $700, right? So you would think that searching Ram wheels that you would come up with that. Here's actually an identical set of the 17s that I just got for $950, you can see. So these are the same ones I just picked up for $250. But yeah, obviously I got them significantly less. So going back to this, you can see these ones are $700. This other search I did, I searched for Ram parts, and I ended up finding those same wheels, I believe, if I didn't scroll past it, for a lot less. So Ram parts, and yeah, I was just searching through different items to see what kind of stuff would pop up, see if there's any good deals. And this is a little bit time consuming, I guess you could say, but I mean, if you're willing to spend a bit of time poking around, oh, here it is. So here's the same wheels, Ram 2014 wheels, for $380, so almost half the cost of the ones that are posted over here. $700. I think $380 for a set of OEM wheels with tires. Obviously they're saying the tires are a little bit shot, but that's a pretty good price if you ask me. Okay, so once you think you've identified a decent deal, like I'm saying here, so $380 seems like a pretty good price for these. Next would be to look at the time frame. So they were posted 2 weeks ago. So assuming that he still has them, I'm gonna basically think that they want to get rid of them in a timely fashion. So if they haven't sold them yet for $380, they probably, if they've been posted for 2 weeks, be willing to take a little bit less. So at this point, you would basically, most people would click on this one, make an offer, right? So you're going to put in your offer. I don't go ahead and do this. I kind of like to inquire first. So first I would send a question and ask if they're available, because a lot of times if they already sold them, maybe they just forgot not to remove the ad. If you're going to go ahead and make an offer and you're going to lowball them, you're obviously going to offend the guy and kind of make a fool of yourself. So rather than that, you might say, is this still available? And if they come back and they say yes, it is available, then you can kind of ease into the next question. You can kind of go ahead with something along the lines of whatever questions you have about it. Is it in good shape? Right? You're gonna write something like this and kind of walk through them. Like a lot of people, there's another app too that we'll do in another video. It's called Let Go, but it's basically what I'm saying is a lot of people are posting stuff up. They don't want to keep this stuff, so they want to get rid of it. But a lot of people at the same time, everyone likes to feel good about getting rid of stuff. They don't want to feel offended or basically lowballed at the same time. So if you kind of talk to them, tell them maybe, I'm not saying you have to get personal with somebody or anything like that, but kind of just speak to them as if they're a person. Treat them like a person. If you were selling something, how somebody would approach you and try to make a deal. So that's what you're basically doing, and this is your tool. So rather than just make an offer and you're not going to sit here and just put $200, you can basically just ask them, is it still available? Next thing would be, is there anything wrong with it? Is there any chips, or is there any scratches, or is there any curb marks, etc., etc.? How much tire life? Is there any nails in the tires? You already know it's 40%, but maybe you can ask them if there's any nails or patches in it. That kind of thing. Work back and forth them. Tell them you're interested, and then don't waste people's time. So try to make an effort to make it easy for them to sell it to you, and in doing so, they might be willing to give it to you for less. So after you go through all the basic questions of inquiring on it, don't just throw a price out there and then ask the questions later. I always like to basically have a conversation with them, and then if I can pick it up tonight, will you make a reasonable offer? 320 or something like that. It's not too far off of his thing. If he still has it, he's been sitting on it for 2 weeks, and you're not insulting him. Or if you want to try 300 for an even number, I don't think that's too out of line. So basically, this is a tactic that you can use to try and get good deals. If you get these wheels for $300, I mean, like I said, they're not for 1,500, but that would be a pretty good deal. So that's kind of the tactic you can use. Say, if I can pick them up tonight, will you take 300? I can meet you wherever. But you guys get the idea. Basically, I'm saying be friendly with the whole thing. You're not, I'm not trying to suggest that you guys go ripping a bunch of people off, but this is kind of a way, like I said, people have not junk, but they have stuff that they're trying to get rid of. So if you make it easy for them, you're pleasant in your approach, and you basically talk to them at first, ask them the questions that you're asking, don't waste people's time, and make an effort to go pick it up or to make it easy to take off their hands. That's basically what's going to get you the deal. So that's the tactic I kind of wanted to show you guys. And this was the other thing I was showing you, that basically this seller, he's been rated 3 times, he's got full stars, so obviously he's not out to waste people's times. So you'll see that maybe there's a seller that has a star rating of 3, and that means that in some sort of exchange you get rated both on selling and on purchasing. People will rate you, so if you wasted somebody else's time or vice versa, your rating will go down, and you can identify if that might happen with this person. But this person looks like they're pretty honest. They have a perfect score so far, so they're probably pretty easy to deal with, and they wouldn't waste your time, so don't waste theirs. Let's try some other parts just for fun. So Ram wheels, we caught that covered. You can start searching for all sorts of stuff. Ram parts is what we searched a minute ago. Let's try it again. So you really have to be aware of this. This thing always seems to want to change back to 10 miles, so make sure you switch it to maximum every time. Or whatever radius you're willing to drive. But I mean, there's all sorts of cool stuff you guys can find. Like these things, I don't know if you guys think these are cheesy. They look kind of cool. I've never seen them before. Ram RT floor mats. He posted them 15 hours ago, so it's still a fairly new post, so I wouldn't say that you're going to get them super cheap, but maybe a reasonable offer. Maybe try $30 if that's something that you're into. But that's basically the approach, is take a look at, when you're searching, really take a look at how long stuff has been posted for, because it's going to really make or break what you're trying to do, and make it valid whether you're going to actually make a reasonable offer. Here's a RT, ironically an RT emblem for $25. And I mean, I could go on and on, guys, but you guys basically know what's going on. Here's some struts, some Bilstein struts. And another thing just to educate yourself is take a look at Ram's stocks. So it says sold, but you can click on it. He only had it listed for $1, so he didn't really say how much he wanted. But a lot of time you can go into these ones that say sold on them, and you can kind of get a feel for how long or how much people are willing to let stuff go for, which is always a good thing too. So know the market of how much you're trying to get stuff for. But I mean, there's all sorts of good deals on here. Like $450 for an older set of 3rd gen 20s. You can probably get those for less. All sorts of stuff. 3-inch things. Oh, look at this, JVA headers. Let's take a look for curiosity. Oh, these are JVA long tubes for $375. That's pretty good. And I know they look rusty, but still, it's got the Y pipe and everything on them. Wow. So these, of course, came off a 2014 truck. Long tube headers. It has the Y pipe in it. So that's a pretty good deal too, guys. This website does have really good deals. So somebody obviously snapped that up. Posted them 2 days ago for $375. Somebody probably offered him $350 and took it off his hands. And of course, you can see, 22 transactions on OfferUP, full 5 stars. So this guy doesn't mess around. And obviously, somebody saw that, made a deal, and made it happen. So I'm not going to bore you guys with searching stuff, but this is kind of the tactic and the site that you guys can use to find good deals. This is just one of them. I'm going to, like I said, do a series of different stuff so you guys can find, see some of the other ones that I use. Right now I'm actively looking for a tonneau cover. Like, here's one of these grills. That's pretty cool. $100. It's the OEM part, they're saying, even. And this is, of course, the Rebel grill. So this guy's asking $100. Been posted for 3 days. I bet you if somebody offered him $80, they could probably take this, Ram Rebel style grill off this guy. So again, full stars. Had a couple transactions, so you can probably make something happen. But again, don't just sit there and offer $80. Ask the person if it's still available. Ask them any questions. Is there any clips broken? Is there any tabs broken? Any damage? Any scratches? And then go ahead and say, if I come and get it at such and such time, will you take X amount of dollars? And I think that's the best approach. So if you like this video, guys, please make sure to give it a thumbs up for me. And subscribe for more videos. I'm going to be doing a few different series on saving some money on deals, on different ways to save money on buying parts or getting deals for anything that matter. It doesn't have to just be truck parts, but this is basically just how you approach it. It could be a couch and you ask them what the condition of the couch is in, or a washer or a dryer or anything really. So this is a good site to use, but be civil, put yourself in other people's shoes when you're making offers, and try to be reasonable with your offer too. Don't be a jerk and try to basically score stuff for dirt cheap and insult people. So that's it for this video, guys. Again, we'll see you on the next video. Take care.